What's up guys, Gnarkill here, and today I am bringing you a rushing tips and tricks video. I just put two gameplays together because I actually have a lot to talk about. So let's get right into it. The first thing I can suggest is learning the maps, and I'm not talking about learning where the domination flags are or remembering your way around the map. I'm talking about figuring out where the high traffic areas are, figuring out where good flanking spots are, and using those to your advantage. If you know where people are going to be, obviously you can go there and you can get the kills. If you know where like a prominent camping spot is, pretty much every major camping spot that I know of in the game has some way to get in behind the person who's camping. Another thing I want to talk about, this is possibly the biggest thing that comes with rushing, is controlling the engagement. You can't get into a firefight with someone using an assault rifle from 100 feet away. You are going to lose. I mean, there's pretty much no chance of you surviving that unless they have horrendous aim, and you can't rely on that. There are people that do have terrible aim, but most people can at least hit you enough to kill you. One of the big things I do is I pretty much stay away from my teammates most of the time. I know wherever my teammates are, chances are the enemy is not going to be there. So I guess I'm going to stay on the opposite side of the map as my team and just kind of lone wolf it, do my thing and stay away from my team. Now going along with that, you can also use your team. Like when someone dies, it brings up that skull icon. You just saw it, like there's one right there. You can use that too. Obviously, your teammates, I guess, can kill themselves if they hit a grenade or something. But most likely, if you see a skull icon, it's because an enemy killed your teammate. You can use that. You're gonna know where the enemy is. They're not gonna know you're coming, and it gives you the upper hand. Let's see. One thing. Another huge thing is the minimap. You have to constantly be checking the minimap. It doesn't matter if you have a UAV up. The only reason you shouldn't be looking at the minimap is if you're, I guess, if you know someone's there, if you're shooting at someone, or if they have a jammer up. Other than that, I think I check the minimap every like 5 seconds. I'm looking at the minimap just to see if anyone is shot, where the red dots are at, or if we have a UAV up, or my motion sensor's down. That's the other thing I want to talk about is equipment. A lot of people think the motion sensor is like just this great camping tool. Obviously I rush pretty much 100% of the time, and I don't camp. I use it offensively. If I'm about to run into the building where I know there's guys, I'll throw the motion sensor down outside of it so I know where they're at. I know how many guys are in there and what to be expecting. And I mean that gives me the upper hand. I'll have the advantage on all three of them and be able to get some kills up on the board and hopefully get some kind of kill streak. Going along with equipment, I would suggest using a frag grenade over Semtex. I guess Tomahawk is not really viable unless you're like sniping or something and need that just quick kill. But it just seems to me like not Semtex, frags are so much more versatile. You can bounce them off doors. If you know someone's camping around the corner, you don't have to try and stick them with the Semtex. You can cook the grenade and bounce it off the corner of the door, and they're not going to be able to get away from it. If you throw a Semtex at a door, whatever the time is on them, like 2 or 3 seconds or whatever it is, they have plenty of time to get out of the way. And then you're going to be back where you started and not going to know where they are. Jammers are also pretty good for rushing. I still don't think they're as good as the motion sensor. It kind of has the opposite effect. If you know there's people in the building and you put the jammer up, I mean, they're going to know someone's around and they're going to know someone just put the jammer up. And I guess that way they're going to be expecting someone to come through, as opposed to using the motion sensor. They have no clue. You just put a motion sensor down. They have no clue that you know exactly where they're at. Um, One thing you can control that is going to directly affect your gameplay is your perk and gun choice. And obviously, one of the big staples in Call of Duty is being able to create your class and the different perks and different guns you have access to. But I'm talking, if you're the type of person who has like 10,000 kills with one gun and then a couple hundred with every other gun, switch it up, you know, use something else. If you just sit around with the FAMAS all game long, no matter what you're playing or what map it is, honestly, your scores, I guess, no, you're probably not as good as your scores or your kill-death ratio would reflect. Use a gun that's not as powerful. Use something besides Ghost that forces you to engage people from the front, one-on-one. And what's going to happen is your gun skills are going to improve. You're going to be able to rely on your own abilities and your own skill more. And in the long run, it's going to help you. You might suffer a little bit at first. Your kill-death ratio might go down slightly, but overall, it's just going to make you a better player. Going along with perk and gun choice is the attachments for your gun. If you're the type of person who sticks a red dot or a reflex sight on every single gun you use, I think you're just hurting yourself. You'd be better off, like let's say with the MP5, you'd be better off going rapid fire or extended mags. It's gonna have way more of an effect on the gun itself than just a red dot. And along with that is, if you lock yourself into using a red dot and you can't stand using anything else, if you run out of ammo and pick up, like let's say someone has a commando with dual mags, it's going to throw you off not having the red dot, and chances are it's going to get you killed. Another big thing for rushing is, no matter how good you are, you can't outplay everyone 100% of the time. So something else you can rely on is outthinking people. I would say like 95% of people that play Call of Duty are extremely predictable in the actions they take. And you can use that. If you shoot someone in the back a couple times, and you know they just walked in a house, and they're sitting there waiting for you to follow them through the door, don't chase them. Don't walk into that. They have a huge advantage over you. You might be able to get the kill, but I think the majority of the time, they're probably going to get you first. It doesn't matter if you want to throw a flash in, throw a flash in. Don't just rush right in. If you just wait a few seconds, let them regenerate their health, let them think they're safe and that you're not chasing them, and then jump in and catch them off guard. That's going to give you the advantage. This next tip I'm going to give, I guess it's not really a tip, it's more advice, and it's kind of just a thing I do. Go in with the attitude that you are the best and your team needs you to win. It doesn't matter if someone has a higher KD than you or if someone just scored way higher than you. Just have the mindset that your team is going to lose unless you do good. They're relying on you. I play better under high pressure situations. I guess that's why it helps me. But just being positive, be cocky, and I'm not talking like go in a lobby and start shit talking everyone, but just have the mindset that your team needs you to win, and I think most likely it will help you at least a little bit. Going right along with the attitude thing is you're gonna have a bad game. Call of Duty is so random that no matter how good you are, you're gonna have a bad game. At least once in a while, you're gonna have a bad game. So, do your best not to get mad, because I know for me, when I start getting mad, I make stupid decisions, and it bites me in the ass, and then I get more mad and make stupider decisions. So, if you're on a terrible team, let's say you're going 5-12. I mean, not 5-12, that'd be terrible. If you're going 12-5, and everyone else on your team is like 2-15, back out. You don't have to sit there and deal with that bullshit with a terrible team. If you're playing Capture the Flag and the entire enemy team is camping their flag with Ghost, every single person has Ghost on, back out. You don't have to deal with that. Obviously it's just a game, it's fun, But the way I have fun with Call of Duty, especially now that Black Ops is starting to get boring, is I have fun by doing good. And if I don't do good, I get mad. So I just take that how you will. If you deal with anger differently and it doesn't affect how you play, I envy you. That's awesome. Another thing I want to talk about is bullet counting and spraying. With an SMG, you are going to go through a lot of bullets. No matter what you do, no matter what gun you're using, you're going to shoot a lot. With bullet counting, what I mean by that is just kind of keep a rough idea of how many bullets you have, how many is left in your clip, and if you don't think you have enough, if you have even a slight inkling that you don't have enough bullets in your clip to get a kill, and you don't have time to reload, switch to your pistols. Don't just shoot and try and jump around while the guy is shooting at you to reload. Switch to your pistols. They're there for a reason. They're not the best guns in the game, but dual wielding any kind of pistol really makes them spammable. They're still pretty accurate, and at close range, they're definitely solid. You can keep your kill streak alive with that. One big thing is don't sprint around corners, because that will get you killed. Like me sprinting around corners right there, of course. Let's see. Iron sights. Pretty much every iron sight in the game is at least usable. And you would be way better off using rapid fire or extended mags. It's going to help you a lot more than throwing a red dot on. If you're the type of person that only uses the red dot and locks yourself into that, when you pick up a commando with dual mag, it's going to throw you off. You're not going to like not having a red dot, and it's going to get you killed. So switch your guns up, get used to different guns, different attachments, and just play around with different things. It's going to improve your game. It might make your kill death ratio lower, but it's going to help you in the long run. It's going to make you a better player. Let's see. Sensitivity. Sensitivity and, I guess, your controller layout are two things you can directly control. That will make you better. I play on 6 sensitivity. I would say the higher your sensitivity, the better your reaction time is. And if you get used to it, it's just going to help you. It's going to make you a better player. Same with playing on tactical controls. Drop shotting is huge. It gives you a huge advantage. It makes you a lot harder to hit, and I don't know, I guess it's kind of surprising because it's not as prevalent as it was in Call of Duty 4 or Modern Warfare 2. So use it to your advantage. Get used to using tactical controls and not knifing as much. Rely more on your gun skills. That's about it, guys. I'm running down on time here, so thanks for watching. I really hope this helps anyone that's watching it. Give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you want to see more. See you later.